Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do something a bit different. Yesterday, or last episode you saw, I spent inside here figuring out all the electronics. I have started this down here, but that would be next episode. You don't know how mentally exhausting it is. I did a full day of it yesterday and I was pretty tired by the end of it, to be honest. It's a lot to work out, especially when you don't know what's going on with everything. It's not easy for a beginner. So today I'm going to go something more clued up on. Mechanicals. So I have down there, ignore the big box, but the two smaller ones, I have bits. Some of it has made a shelf for my light yesterday when I had all my wiring diagrams on the roof. But yes, today I'm going to focus on this. Now, it's still hanging from, well, that's February when the radiator gave out, and I've not cleaned the engine bay, so I'm going to do that today. Also, I have a performance mod that I want to do. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm not sure how performance it will be, but it's a major upgrade, and it's the last thing I need to do to the engine to make it more reliable. If I get time, I'll do that later. Theo's not here at the minute, and he has the keys for the Evo, which really I need the ramp for to do the gearbox. For now, I am going to try and look at the exhaust. I've taken the car into a specialist, and they reckon that the noise I'm hearing is a leak from the exhaust somewhere. So I definitely know it's this side, because if you look underneath the other side, it doesn't happen. And it only really happens from down here. You can only really hear it, so it could be a small crack, or it could simply just be a gasket that needs to be changed. So the best way to do that is just whip the header off and have a play around, I think. They've been on for a while. All three of them snapped off, and it didn't take much to snap them either, so I'm beginning to think that joint is where the noise was coming from. It's just slightly blowing, which is good because I can just easily replace that. Well, these are seeing some life. These are hanging. Now, I don't know how easy it would be to get all this rust off. I'm pretty sure I've got a wire brush, but the thing I'm more interested in, you can see there, that's where it's blowing. So it was just a bad seal, a bad gasket, which is good for me because that means it's an easy fix. It's just annoying that all the bolts are snapped while trying to get it off. So I've just taken this outside to clean this face up. The gasket was like completely fused together with this, and also there's 3 high points on it that was not well, all that's going to do is just, it's not going to pull flat on them. There's always going to be a gap with them, so I've ground them down so this face will mount properly with will clamp together properly with the car. I do have a small dilemma though. I do need to find some more bolts for this. We do have a stash of the unit, but I'm not sure if they're going to do it or not. Okay, it's all back together again. Now I have made to make a compromise in the way I've bolted it back together underneath. And I'm sure you can see, I don't have any Imperial bolts, so I've had to use a Caphead M8. Well, 3 of them, and do it that way. I do need to get some Imperial bolts in here, and I will change them. I've decided that I'm not happy with the exhaust, the headers themselves, because they just feel cheap. So give it a quick fire up and prime it, because it's not been started for a while. Better not do that yet. I need to plug the HT leads in. It's still there. Oh, this place is stinky now. That's a waste of time. If anything, I think it's a bit worse since I've done that. I'll check all the bolts again, just to double check, but I think that's worse than what it was. Really weird to see the car up this high. Now, the noise is still there. I don't know what it is. Now it's in the air, I can get underneath the exhaust and have a look at them bolts properly, because on the floor it wasn't the easiest thing to do. And while it's here, turn it off so it doesn't fall down. While it's in the air, I'm going to change the oil pan on the sump, the gasket for that, because that is leaking like a sieve. So annoyingly, I've just noticed that I've got a bit of overspray on here. I thought I masked all up there with the plastic. Either way, I got a bit of overspray on there when I did the door, but I think that'll polish out. I cannot wait to be in a position to rip all this apart and just recondition everything. It is hanging underneath here, but I guess that's what you can expect from a 50-year-old car. Diabolical. Right, so this is the bit we're going to attack now. Let's put the torch on it. You can see it's all hanging. I don't know if there's a drain plug for the gearbox. I hope there is. I don't know where you fit it from either. But either way, that is what I'm doing now. So I need to take that sump off. I've got a new gasket and filter for the pump in my kit, and I'm going to do that out now. Annoyingly, Ford have designed a perfect car apart from this.
What?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my camera. Oh. I'm talking to all my fans, not yours.
Sorry.
Get your own video. God.
Okay.
Yeah, so they didn't do a drain plug, so what you got to do is take most of the bolts out and then pry it with a screwdriver and then make a mess.
What?
I don't think this tub's going to be big enough, to be honest. I'm going to put all you guys in the splash zone. You know what? I'm going to leave that there. I don't know much about these, but I've read in many places you're not meant to use a cork gasket for the gearbox sump, and that's what that is. So I think that'll probably be most of my issues. Bye bye. You never say things are going to be easy. To be honest, I think this has been done quite recently. The gearbox oil itself looks quite new. It's very red rather than a dark used colour. And it's easy, it comes out. The filter's not too bad either. I'm still going to do it all though because I've already gone through the effort. I just need to take this plate off, I think. And this will all just come off. We're on day 2 of the gearbox. Admittedly, it shouldn't take this long. The only reason it's taking this long is because I forgot my little torque wrench that does low torques. The issue is, with gaskets and seals and things, you don't want to squash it all the way. You want to tighten it up evenly. This is very similar to a fuel cell in a race car, that all the bolts have to be torqued evenly, and as you do them up, the bolt next to it will pull the pan up even more, and then the bolt that you just done up won't be as tight. So as you tighten it all up, it kind of loosens it out as it all gets pulled up evenly. So it has to be done quite thoroughly, and you have to go around a few times to check it. Yeah, I just wanted to get the right tool for the job. It was at home in my garage, and so I could have easily just taken this from the book, and I could have easily done this by hand, very easily. But I'd rather do it properly. Than have leaks. So yeah, I've just done these 3 up, and as I go around it again, they're taking more to do them up. So after doing some digging, I found that there is a drain plug for the torque converter, so you can drain all the fluid out of that as well. I did not know that. To be honest, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm going to give that a go now. I originally took this plate off at the weekend just to see if I can hear where the noise is coming from. That's not going to work. And it got me thinking, is there a way I can drain the fluid out of this? Here she comes. Oh my god, that's a lot. And do a full service. God, there's a lot of fluid in there, a lot more than I thought there would be. Also, I wanted to do this just to see if the noise went. I see that is the issue, what I've had for a while now. So it's definitely worth doing, I think. Let's put that down there. Let that drain. A lot more fluid has come out of that than I thought would be in there. There we go. That's pretty much empty now. So before, well, like everything I do on this, I admittedly do watch a video before. I'm just making a video of the video, telling you what to do really. But not this time. I actually thought about this, if there's a drain plug on the torque converter, to drain it, and just Googled it. All the videos I've seen how to do it, to change the gearbox to and these things, is to, well, first off, drop the pan, which you have to do anyway, which I was going to do anyway because I wanted to change the filter and the gasket on it. But a lot of people said to find out which was the drain hose from here, this is the gearbox cooler, take the pipe off, run the car, run the pump for it to pump the fluid out. So it's just starving itself really. It's just going to fail. which is not the greatest way. You just take the bung out and it's decent. Not going to risk damaging anything there, but it's done. I've done that now. I think now I'm going to need a bit more fluid than that. That's more like it. Okay, I've done everything back up. I've got a catastrophic leak from somewhere. All I've done is put some fluid into the gearbox and don't turn it off. It is hosing out from somewhere. So I don't know much about these. I don't know much about these, to be honest. So I don't know what the best way to do this. It could potentially be a transmission out job. Right, I have been an idiot. I put too much fluid in. The website I was looking at said you can put 5 litres in, or 5 quarts, which is about, a litre is about a quart anyway. You can put 5 in if you drain the pan and the torque converter, which I have done. What you have to do after that is run the car up, select all the gears, and the pump will fill the torque converter back up, and then the level will drain back down again. I need to do that, but I'm not going to do that now. I don't have the keys for the Evo, so I can't take that outside. And this thing stinks when it's just idling, so I need to take it outside and check the fluids level, really. So for now, that is it. It's kind of going to be a 2-part project, this stage. I have something else I need to do to the car, and that requires me to fire the car up as well. So yeah, like the video if you're new, subscribe if you're new. Well, like the video anyway, and if you missed anything with this car, you'd like to see how it's gone so far, check out the rest of the videos. I've made a playlist on it all. I've recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so I've met one of the targets to get monetized, but hours I am way down on, so yeah, can I tell you to play the playlist in the background as you sleep? I don't know. But yes, I am going to start on something new, something else, and that will be a great thing when it's finished. So I'll see you in the next one.